Bhagavan Das, who's a religious spiritual guru who I used to manage for a while. Bhagavan Das, long story, but anyway, he was up drinking a $300 bottle of wine with the Krist Novoselic up in Seattle at Krist Novoselic's house from Nirvana. And this is a guy that doesn't even know any rock and roll from Bob Dylan on. He's
Right.
a spiritual guy only. But he was like in my home telling me, he goes, have you heard the band Nirvana? And I go, yeah, I like some Nirvana. I go, have you heard them? He goes, I've only heard like a song. And I go, do you like them? He goes, no. And I said, okay. And I go, how do you know? How'd you hear the song? He goes, I was at one of their guys' houses drinking a $300 bottle of wine in his home because he's like a devotee of my guru, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wow, what a trip. It's all Hinduism. And anyway, it was Krist Novoselic. And he goes, yeah, I know Krist Novoselic. He comes and plays bass with me when I'm up in Seattle. I said, really? Wild. And I go, what did he say? He goes, all I know is he said that the whole killed that Kurt Cobain guy. I'm like, what? He
Wow.
told you that Courtney Love? He goes, yeah, that's her. Courtney Love. He said, Courtney Love, the Hole. I go, that's her band. He goes, okay. He goes, Courtney Love from Hole. He said, is what he told me was she had him killed. I'm like, that's interesting because Bhagavan Das is not in the rock and roll world. And this was all like private stuff. And he told me this just between me and him. I'm like, what a trip. I've never heard Chris Novoselic say that he believed Courtney was behind it, but I believe it absolutely.